Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Saucy McWoodlefist, and today we are playing Knee Deep. This is a game that I just bought on the Steam store for $5, and I played it a little bit. I thought you guys might enjoy it. It's kind of a murder mystery game, although we don't know if there's been a murder committed. And before I get too much into it, let's get started.
Settle in for a night at the theater.
You deactivate the ringer on your smartphone out of courtesy to the actors.
The stage is set, the broader script's written, but your choices shape how other characters react to you.
Knee Deep, a swamp noir in 3 acts.
You can lose friends, respect, and the moral high ground. Can't lose the game.
Musicians tune their instruments in preparation for the show's opening act.
You're the star, playing our 3 main characters. Blogger Romana Teague, print reporter Jack Bellet, and detective Casey Gaddis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prologue Theater welcomes you to this production. Please, no videos or flash photography. Enjoy the show.
The curtain rises on Act 1 of Knee Deep.
Another beautiful Florida sunset, tainted by a dangling corpse.
Sad ending, slow news day, or another fine mess. Let's go with sad ending.
It's a bitter conclusion for the downward arc of Kern's sporadically illustrious Hollywood career. Found dead by a janitor at Chief Roadside's Wonderland. It's a horrible job on the best of days.
Not the best of days.
Shit, not again.
Meanwhile, on I-95, Romana Teague, stuck in traffic, dodging her editor, hunting for a last chance.
Let's check our phone.
Not much else to do while the traffic crawls.
So young and soon to be so unemployed.
Let's go with fan rage.
The blog readers are going to eat this up. That shitty little town's not far. This story could really save my ass with Lenny.
During the game, you'll post reports, pick a source and a clue, then assign a spin. Choose cautious, edgy, or inflammatory. Opening the blog app, Romana activates her smartphone blog post app. Dead actor. Reports on the internet suggest that Hollywood has-been Kern killed himself at an old Florida tourist trap called Chief Roadside's Wonderland. Let's make this edgy. Fading star burns out in Florida. Cypress Knee, Florida. Kern made a name for himself in action flicks such as Operation Amazeballs and the occasional artsy picture like Existentialist. But will he now be remembered for killing himself in a Florida tourist trap? Authorities say Kern hanged himself from a tower at Chief Roadside's Wonderland. Alright. Oh wait, so we can choose. Let's see. It's not a hoax like Cypress Knee, Florida. Kern dead, that's the headline. It's not a hoax like last year. Officials report Kern hanged himself from a tower at a Florida roadside tourist trap. And then this is the inflammatory report. Kern kicks the bucket. People haven't paid this much attention to Kern since the first time he drunk. So he ran drunk and naked through Times Square. Now he's the talk of the internet after hanging himself from a tower of a tacky roadside tourist trap in swampy North Florida. No word yet on his motive for his suicide, but recent box office failures like Dystopic 12 and Meacham might have had something to do with it. So I'm gonna go with edgy because I don't know, we're an edgy blog reporter, and I like the edgy story the best. So let's
The
do it.
traffic doesn't seem to be in any hurry to break gridlock.
Let's honk. The horn gives a feeble toot. Caller ID, Lenny Spruce. Trying to avoid him. I'm afraid he's angry. I thought he'd call sooner. Let's just say I thought he'd call sooner.
I didn't think it would take him so long to call.
The phone chimes again. He's an asshole. I can't deal with this right now. He can wait. I can't deal with this right
Bad
now.
enough, I'm stuck in traffic. Why add Lenny to my grief?
The phone chimes again. Social media birds chirp. Car horns honk in traffic. Ramona screams towards the rafters.
Ramona T, better known as Phaedra. Top blogger at FanRage for the past 3 years. Huh, and you're only 20.
Not bad on the Kardashian fame scale.
Demand an explanation. Looks like I'm being interrogated by, like, the cops.
What's the point of this?
You've been in the thick of the Kern story.
Just doing my job.
That's what I do. Or did. Once upon a time, anyway.
Good gig?
Sure.
Kept me and the cat from living in the car.
We've got some questions.
Not a lot of people left to give answers.
That's on you, I think.
Not just me.
I had help.
Why'd you get sacked?
Just say I made a mistake.
I was in a hurry. Took a source at their word for a story. Published on the blog without verifying. Stupid mistake.
Your editor must have been furious.
Water under the bridge, I hope?
It's done. Can't undo it.
So, that's what it takes to lose a job you can do in pajamas.
Let's start from the top. You were in traffic outside Jacksonville 2 days ago when you heard the news, right?
I read the internet chatter.
Yeah, the internet went nuts over another dead actor. Tag Kern killed himself, they said. But that wasn't even the real story.
Clues, lore, and archive reports are in the journal. Journals can be opened with the J on the keyboard or back on the controller. The infamous phaedra finds herself in the forgotten tourist town of Cypress Knee. But I can't. Good timing.
Tag Kern picked a perfect time to die. I'd thank him if I could. Thank him for what, though? A distraction at some dusty old roadside relic?
Let's go with Freaky Family.
I remember hearing about an incestuous family living in an old school bus here once. Headlines back in 2004 talked about Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad.
Incoming text. War going on with Kern than appears. Let's say, who's this? You're not on my contacts list. I'm a big fan. Call me Anonymous. Hanged himself from a tacky Indian tower. No great mystery, I say. Not so open and shut. What do you know about it? A few things. Will help when I can. Start with Gordon Cordray, church bigwig. You should break your shift button. Why shout? Until next time. Okay, this is our boss. I'm gonna answer.
Hi, Lenny.
Finally answering your phone. I've spent all day with lawyers thanks to your colossal shitstorm.
Apologize.
And I'm really sorry about the mess, Lenny.
Deandra Allister's people are talking civil action, Romana. It's gonna get ugly. How did this happen?
The bartender said.
A bartender at Sharkfin said he saw her making out with Angie.
Yeah, I read the story. So did a million other people. She's not gay. TV's favorite mom.
That's bad.
Yeah, I know, that's horrible.
You screwed up before, but never anything of this magnitude.
Aim high?
Go big or go home, yeah?
You're on your ninth life, kitty. Tell me, how you plan to justify your phony baloney job now?
Covering Kern's death.
I'm at ground zero for the death of Tad Kern.
Get something online soon. Make it good. And no more mistakes.
Good or right?
I can make sure it's interesting, or I can make sure it's correct. No guarantees for both.
Let's investigate the protest.
Don't support the tyranny of institutional racism. Chief Roadsides is a culturally insensitive relic.
Tacky but harmless.
It's tacky, sure, but it's mostly harmless.
How can you say it's harmless? It depicts Native Americans with demeaning stereotypes.
Seems impolite, you're right.
Well, that does seem rude.
Might be hope for you.
I'm here about Tad Kern anyway.
Oh, right, you're that blogger. Phaedra? I read your stuff. Sad about Kern. I really wanted another Operation Amazeballs.
Big
What's with the
butts?
fancy motor coach?
Those folks are with the Church of Us. You know, the weists. Kern was one of them.
Information?
Maybe they can tell me more.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll try to brainwash you into joining their crazy cult.
Upcoming blog posts may affect your relationships with other characters. No fear.
I'm not worried about that. Never been much of a joiner.
Okay. Let's see. We're going to do a report on the protest. So, the cautious report says Native American protest chief roadsides. Robert Woodstep, a Native American resident of Cypress Knee, wants owners of Chief Roadside's Wonderland to abandon harmful stereotypes. Woodstep waved a sign that reads Chief's Downsides amidst the chaotic swirl of coverage of actor Tad Kern's death. The town last made headlines in 2004 with child abuse charges against a couple known as Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad. Okay, let's read the edgy report. Can one man change a rusty racist relic? The sign gripped by Cypress Knee's resident Robert Woodstep read, Chief's Downsides. Woodstep, a Native American, took advantage of media attention at the rundown Florida attraction to demand change. Don't support culturally institutionalized racism, Woodstep shouted to anyone willing to listen. The town last made headlines in 2004 with the child abuse charges against a couple known as Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad. Or inflammatory. Kern's suicidal faux pas. Actor Tad Kern killed himself in a tacky, outmoded North Florida monument to genocide and casual racism. Robert Woodstep, a Native American resident of Cypress Knee, urged onlookers to join the crusade to bring change to cheap roadside's wonderland. The town last made headlines in 2004 with child abuse charges against a couple known as Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad. Now, I don't know how much attention you were paying to any of these reports, but to me personally, I think the edgy report is the most accurate. And now, I didn't go by that on the last report we did, but let's just try that from here on out. We'll try to just go by what's the most accurate report, regardless whether it's cautious, edgy, or inflammatory. So let's report this. Incoming text, Lenny Spruce. It's getting clicks, Phaedra, but so is this hamster in a tutu video.
You're a prismatic, at the very least.
That's confusing.
That makes as much sense as clock hands on a spoon.
Are you ready for the opto levels test? One-time offer, I'm afraid.
What?
An opto, huh?
The test measures your status within the Church of Us. The lowest possible level is primordial. The highest rank one may attain is dark matter.
Now, just a side note, a little bit of a tangent, if you will. I totally did one of these tests when I was studying Scientology. I got in contact with them, and they made me do this long-ass test about like all these different things. And I guess I wasn't a very promising member because they weren't very excited about me joining. That's not true. But anyway, let's keep going.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Sure.
A critical choice. Help us help you help yourself by answering a series of questions. Don't be afraid, don't be self-conscious. Answers are not right or wrong.
Let's get on with it.
Choose the best color. Obviously, crimson.
But I really can't stand blood.
Choose the best number. 1, 33, or 107. Obviously, 107.
If it was a fever, I'd be dying.
Which smells the best? Bread, rainy days, or sweat? It's a toss-up between bread and rainy days, but I'm going to say bread.
Love that fresh baked smell.
Are aliens among us? No. If they were, then I think our world would be much better. Perhaps, I don't know, but I'm still going to say no.
No, that's nonsense.
Are you really even trying? Are you really even trying? Yes, no, mango chutney. Obviously, mango chutney.
Mango chutney?
Favorite Beatle? George, Paul, John, or favorite what? I'm gonna go with John.
Go, tube.
This device detects a limited amount of opto molecules in the test subject, qualifying them for primordial rank. Switch off device.
Not bad for a first-timer. I think the boss expected more from you, though. He'll catch up with you later to talk about Kern.
Next time.
Maybe I'll do better on another go-round.
Later, Phaedra.
All right, time to chat with the man who found Kern dangling from that tower.
Going to the Fun and Fuel Depot, the roadside Fun and Fuel Depot. Let's talk to Remy Dixon.
Remy bet you didn't know. You can't put a convenience store close to a supermarket in Indonesia.
Okay, I'm going to give a strange response.
Do I look Canadian?
Fair question. Wily Canadians and their clever disguises.
Be cool.
Stay spicy, dude.
I watched Apollo 11 launch from that tower back when I was your age.
That rocket must have been really small to fit on that tower before launch.
You should have seen the guys inside.
Sure the dead man's name was Kern?
Can you confirm that the man hanging from the tower tonight was Tad Kern?
Sure looked like him. Had a wallet with his driver's license inside, too.
Was he on his own, or how'd the photo look? Was he on his own?
Was Kern alone?
Nope, he was here with some folks from the Red Eclipse movie studio. Location filming, I think.
Was it a messy death, using cheap roadsides as a location, or anything unusual? Let's just say anything unusual.
Did you notice anything strange before Kern died?
Not really. Saw him leaving Hungry Cheeks after an early dinner. Is that weird?
Why suicide?
Any idea why Kern killed himself?
Have you seen his latest movies?
Any screaming?
Did Kern scream at the last second? Like, maybe he changed his mind?
That's a morbid question. But no, he didn't scream. Not that I heard.
Where are studio people now?
Are the Red Eclipse folks still here?
Yeah, I think so. Last I saw, they were hanging out at Hungry Chiefs.
Strange place to mourn.
Really? They're just sitting around some dusty, greasy spoon?
Hey, some people drown their sorrows in a bottle of beer. Others gorge on Scout burgers and supersized sodas.
Sounds good.
I'll look for them there.
Director's note, another blog post ahead. Pick a source, clue, a spin, and publish.
Better get what I can to the blog before Lenny pops an aneurysm.
Okay. Should we submit a report about Kern's companions or Kern's ID? Let's say about his companions because we didn't hear much about his ID. Kern's companions. Jim Larman told Romana Teague that actor Tad Kern was staying at Chief Roadsides with a crew from the studio working on his next movie. Okay, let's see what happens when we spin this cautiously. Kern died on a film scouting trip. Tad Kern was in a North Florida town of Cypress Knee scouting locations for a new movie before he died. Jim Larman, a janitor at Chief Roadside's Wonderland, said Kern and his crew from the Red Eclipse Studios had been in town about a week. The new project would have been set at a nearby state prison. Okay, so I didn't get any of that from what the guy said. And that's the cautious report. So let's go to the edgy. Death Among Friends, the title reads. Tad Kern spent his final days in a seedy tourist trap called Chief Roadside's Wonderland. But it seems that, although he was among his friends, he felt utterly alone, so desperate it seems that he took his own life. Now that's not necessarily true. Kern was in Cypress Knee with a film crew from Red Eclipse Studios, scouting locations for a new movie. Alright, let's read the inflammatory report. Final flick, now DOA. The last movie on Tad Kern's filmography may never lens. Sources close to the investigation of the actor's sudden death say he was in the North Florida town of Cypress Knee for a new project. The crew from Red Eclipse Studios scouted locations at a nearby prison. It remains to be seen whether Kern's suicide leaves the movie just as fatally hanged. Okay, honestly, I like the inflammatory one the best. I'm trying to again go with like the most accurate reports possible, and I think that one fits the bill. So let's report that. Incoming text, Lenny Spruce. Putting ZTM to shame. Guess I'll let you stick around a little longer. Enter Hungry Chiefs.
Miss T, you certainly didn't waste any time getting here. But that's the way you work, right? Always in a hurry.
Kern suicidal?
Enough chit-chat. Did Kern say or do anything that seemed suicidal?
Honestly, he seems broody. Tag lost a lot of confidence after Dystopic 12 and Meechum.
Miss Science?
Don't you think you should have seen this coming?
Maybe I should have. I feel terrible about it. If I'd known better, I could have reached out.
Was Kern hungry?
Did Kern eat everything on his plate? Did he order dessert?
Weird question. He didn't have much of an appetite. I'm curious about something, though. You're worried Tag's death left our movie fatally hanged? Is that all this is to you? An excuse to make shitty puns?
I'll just say we'll talk soon.
I sure hope we talk again soon.
Alright, that guy doesn't like me. All these people probably don't like me because of what I reported. Alright, let's see what Remy has to say.
Remy bet you didn't know all Spanish moss comes from one ancient dude's beard. He chased a girl up a tree.
Unlikely.
Doubt that's true.
Remy speaks truth. Wikipedia knows all, tells all.
Got vegan?
Does the menu offer vegan options?
No, man. Just me.
What
You
did
saw
Remy
Kern
see?
before he died, didn't you?
Sure did. Served him a Scout Burger special. Fresh meat and everything. He ate like a hungry raccoon.
Sorry for talking over the dialogue just now. I'll try not to do that. This is a new game for me, so I'm not used to like the flow of the game just quite yet. But anyway, depressed?
Did Kern seem upset? Depressed? Angry?
Remy might have made him a little mad. Told him how awful Meechum was.
I hear that a lot.
Might be mean, but it's true. Oh, by the way, Remy heard Cordray talking about you. He wanted a word.
Oh, really?
I can't believe this is happening.
Why suicide?
Why'd Kern want to kill himself?
That's the thing. He wasn't depressed or anything. He really liked where the new project was going.
Delve into his sex life?
What's it like, being with a guy who's so tiny? Does he keep falling off? Did that make him sad?
We weren't physical. Not lately. He said he wanted some space to maximize his opto levels. Oh, by the way...
Yes?
This goddamn movie is the last thing anyone should be worried about right now. You should be ashamed.
Good talk.
I feel closer to you now.
It's such a tragedy. What happened to your mother? She deserved better.
I'm not here about Mom.
I want information about Tad Kern. Leave her out of this.
I can tell you that he held a ranking of dark matter, a rarity among those in the Church of Us.
How big is the Church of Us?
We've got 6 million members worldwide at last count, growing every day. Such a pleasing sight. I am pleased, at the very least, that you show some aptitude for the ways of the Church.
I am skeptical.
It's interesting and all, but I'm not sure I'd buy it.
Little skepticism is healthy. Mr. Kern wasn't sure about the church at first either.
Current skepticism?
How did you win him over?
We let him join the church on a trial basis for a few months. He landed a big movie deal. Training seemed to work for him.
Or maybe he was lucky. Mixed opinions about Kern's death, obviously.
Conflicting stories.
Miller, the movie director, claimed Kern was depressed. Tina Gray thought Kern seemed happy. Remy seemed mostly neutral, except when it came to Meacham.
Yeah.
Miller didn't think Kern had an appetite, but Remy described a pretty big last meal. And what's the deal with creepy Gordon Cordray?
Mom.
Might have to call her about him. Surprise! First call home in a couple of years.
Alright, submit a report about the relationship, Kern's mood, Meacham, last meal, appetite, regret, his topic 12, or Kern's mood again. I don't know why that's on there twice, but it is. Let's spin a story about regret, because that honestly seems the most interesting of all the topics that we've been given. Donovan Miller expressed regret to Ramona Teague for not realizing the depths of Tad Kern's despair. Okay, the cautious story. Director mourns loss. Donovan Miller, new actor Tad Kern, was unhappy, he said, but the Red Eclipse Studios director claims he never expected Kern to kill himself. Miller expressed remorse for missing the signs and regretted that he couldn't save his star. But Kern's girlfriend, Tina Gray, insisted that the actor wasn't all that despondent. Okay, so that cautious story to me seems pretty accurate. Let's see what the edgy story says. Did Miller do enough? Donovan Miller, director of Tad Kern's final project, wishes he could turn back time. Miller said Kern seemed depressed, but the director didn't know just how desperate the actor had become. Under different circumstances, if he'd known better, Miller said he would have taken steps to help Kern. Okay, yeah, I don't like that one. Don't like the edgy report. The inflammatory report. I wish I'd known. Donovan Miller missed all the signs. Now Tad Kern's dead. I wish I'd known how bad he was hurting. I would have reached out, the Red Eclipse studio director said. Instead, through inaction, he might as well have tightened that homemade noose around Kern's neck. Wow, I'm definitely not reporting that. We're going to go with the cautious story because that one seems the best right now. Incoming text, Lenny Spruce. That's the best you've got. Not much traction, but not ruffled Miss Miller's feathers. 2 days later. All right. We are going to end the episode off here. Thank you guys so much for watching.
The one who calls himself Anonymous.
Sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or don't. I don't give a shit. And I'll see you all in the next one. And goodbye, everyone.